This week on Yankee and the Glaive.
Whoa!
Back at it like a Krull addict. Welcome to Sync Floyd, the Krullidays end of year special, where we sync the best albums of 2020 with the 1983 magnum opus Krull.
Such a switch.
My name is Gareth Blackler, and joining me is James Barron.
Hi, James Barron here. Very excited for this album of the year special. It's my album of the year, Gareth, this time.
What's your album of the year?
It's Run the Jewels 4. It's a fucking good rap album, and it's so different from Pink Floyd in pretty much every way.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
So I'm very excited to see how it compares not only to Krull, but to Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon in terms of syncing. I've never tried to sync anything else with a movie before, so...
No, well, did I ever tell you, I went to a party a few years ago, and I put Krull on the TV on mute.
Nice.
To kind of like just have us a vibe.
Yeah.
So in a way, I've synced Krull with like a MISC party playlist before.
Yeah, okay. That works.
Yeah.
It's like a music video for the party. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I was kind of like, last minute, I was told I could decorate the party, but I had no budget or time.
But you do
so I just chucked some Krull on.
Do have access to Krull.
I think the lesson there is always keep Krull within arm's reach.
Always keep it to hand, in case you need a holiday special.
Yeah.
Or fill out for
what
a party.
is Run the Jewels?
Yes.
This is their fourth album.
It is.
Of this duo of Killer Mike and LP, who have both released many albums before it.
Esteemed
What
rappers.
is your... Yes. And LP also co-produces or produces
and
most
produces
of the songs.
Yes.
Yeah. What is your relationship with Run the Jewels?
Okay. I got into Run the Jewels probably around their second album, RTJ 2, coming out. Which was
one of the best albums of all time.
Absolutely, yeah. It was a huge album for me at that time in my life when it released, and I fucking loved it. I bumped it, and then I listened to all of their old stuff. I was not at all into rap in high school growing up.
Yeah.
And then once I graduated high school and started going to parties and stuff, I got introduced to it much more so, and it sort of wove its way into my genres of music that I enjoy, and then it's since pretty much completely taken over. I listen to so much rap music. Probably half of my music that I listen to is rap music now.
Yeah, and the other half is Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon.
Pretty much. According to my Spotify Wrapped, that's exactly what the case was this year. It was this album, it was a bunch of other rap artists, and then Dark Side of the Moon. So, there you go. Spotify has the weirdest version of me.
Yeah.
I can't... I can't speak to that, but I'm sorry, Spotify.
To any listener, James put in such a good effort that his top album wasn't Dark Side of the Moon, it was this album.
It's true. Yes.
This Run the Jewels album, he still defeated Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah, I somehow listened to Run the Jewels more than I listened to Pink Floyd this year, in terms of, they were number one and number two in my artists listened to this year, so goes to show that I really like this album. If I listen to it somehow more than the amount of times I've listened to specifically Dark Side of the Moon for this podcast, kind of goes to show that I think it's a banger. Wall-to-wall bangers. But yeah, I think...
Did you love it immediately when it came out?
Yes, pretty much. I'd listened to a couple of the singles. They put out a few singles beforehand, and I was I don't really know if I like this as much as previous albums. I liked...
Okay.
If I had to rank the other Run the Jewels albums, it would be number 2, Run the Jewels 2, then 1, and then 3. I think
that's me as well.
I think they're all really good. And I don't know at the moment where Run the Jewels 4 would stack up into that. But yeah, I was apprehensive when they were launching singles and stuff. Because I think they came out with Ooh La La and Yankee and the Brave before the album came out. And both those are like fairly out there songs for them, you know. It's Ooh La La has this very repetitive chorus line that I feel like would get really annoying if you listen to it over and over. It turns out I did that because it was my number one song of the year. Again, thanks Spotify. But yeah, it was. So I was a bit apprehensive about that. But then the rest of the album came out, and my fears were thrown away because all the songs on this album are good, Gareth. Every one of them, and I was stoked. I was very happy with the album when it came out. So definitely album of the year for me.
Yeah,
and here we are, putting it to the test. The Krull gauntlet.
Yeah,
at the top of the year.
Yeah,
here we go.
Again, first time like syncing another album. How did it feel? Like this is probably my first time listening to an album in a loop with no breaks as well, other than Dark Side of the Moon. Like even with like a 5-minute, I do listen to albums over and over, but usually there's like a 5-minute break or something.
So yeah, my only like frame of reference for this is Dark Side of the Moon. So having listened to this 3 times in a row with this movie was like quite different as an experience. I felt like way more amped, especially at the start. But like, I feel like, I was just like more engaged, I think, the whole way through because there's so much happening lyrically and I was just so much more like engaged. Like the Dark Side of the Moon is much more of a chill album.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So I feel like you have a bit of downtime to like, you're like, I'm watching the movie, I'm writing some notes. Yeah. It's pretty chill. But for me watching this, I was like, oh God, let's go the whole time, you know? So there was little to no downtime and I felt fairly tired after watching. Yeah. But it was a positive experience for me. So overall, how did you find it?
Yeah, same. I was very much more awake and amped to it. It's even just this little thing of like Krull and Dark Side of the Moon both start very slow and kind of let you settle in. This album starts with a short sample of a fake TV show, and then straight into the loudest, most propulsive beats while Killer Mike like yells back at it like a crack addict. And then just raps, and there's no chorus to this first song.
It's just percussion, like, slamming you over the head. Yeah. It's pretty wild.
Yeah. It does not really suit the gentle, like, floating of the Beast's Dark Tower.
Yeah, no.
But I did love watching the glaive fly around to some stuttering LP beats.
Yes, I'm into it. Yeah, we're just launching in. This is how it goes.
I guess we are. Yeah, much like the album itself.
Yeah, we've started already, and you didn't even notice. It's going. Yeah, here we are. It's going crazy at the top of the film. Yeah, way over the like. Yeah, you're right in that it doesn't suit as well as Dark Side of the Moon over the floating space castle, but like, I feel like not much else could. You know?
No.
I feel like if anything's designed to suit a floating space castle, it's Dark Side of the Moon, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's all good. We've got the 2 suns and all that, and we launch into Ooh La La before the credits even, the opening credits even stop. So this is another thing about this album, that it's shorter than Dark Side of the Moon, and I feel like songs in general are shorter. So like Dark Side of the Moon has a lot of long songs. The track listing is like pretty significantly different, right? There's only, I think it's like 9 or it's like 10 songs versus like 13, I think.
Yes. I'm not here for the numbers, James. I'm here for the
syncs.
Krull. The syncs.
But anyway, I suppose like we would have had Speak to Me going into Breathe, so that's 2 songs in of itself. But like like I feel like a lot of the time I'm not really counting Speak to Me as its own song because it's sort of just an intro to the album, right? So but I was just kind of surprised that Ooh La La already started before we like started the film properly. So
with my notes where I've done like scene versus song, like often with Dark Side of the Moon, it's like song and I'll list like several scenes.
Yeah.
With this album, it was very easy just to go like,
it's just.
And this happens, and this happens.
That's pretty much it, yeah. Like, you're only ever getting, like, one-off notes on this watch-through, because it's just all flying at you so fast. Yeah, we get the Black Fortress landing over the first chorus hitting in. It lands hits the ground perfectly, so I'm into that.
So this chorus has grown on you. This chorus is a loop of Greg Nice, which is a great name.
Very good.
Saying "Ooh La La," and it's a sample they wanted to do the whole time they've been a band, but they've only just been able to afford it.
Yeah,
which I really like.
It's a great one. I really enjoy. I feel like it is. It's one of those ones that I think would be repeated if you just played this song on repeat. I feel like it would be too much, but in the context of the album, I think it works a lot better. It definitely...
Yeah, for sure. It's a very hooky part of the album.
Yeah, it's one of the ones that I was worried about before the album came out, but once I saw the whole thing together, I was like, okay, that's fine. It all works. So there you go.
It's definitely it's got in my head. Every time I see anything fancy this year, I go, ooh la la, oh wee wee.
Yeah. It's definitely an earworm. It's a fucking fun song. Inside of this, you're just bumping the whole way through. They're just having a great time over the whole track, you know.
Yeah.
Even the music video is
Have you seen? Fun. I haven't seen the music video. I have seen an edit. I think one of Run the Jewels did where they cut it together with Lenny and Carl from The Simpsons.
Oh, I like that.
So it looks like they were lip syncing it.
That's very good.
Yeah, and there's a great part in this song where Killer Mike goes ha 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 ha, and it just is a repetitive essentially gif of Lenny and Carl laughing.
That's great. You have to see me that version. That's good.
I will do.
Yeah, check out that music video when you get the chance as well because it's a fun one.
Oh yes.
Fucking so the line. I've got my first line sync in the movie. It's kind of tough with rap because there's so many lyrics so fast. That it's difficult to catch lyrical sync-ups. But I got fuck the king and queen and all of their royal subjects, or loyal subjects, I'm not entirely sure.
Yes.
And that as the Slayers roll out of the castle for an attack, they're here to fuck up the king and queen, man. That's what they're here to do.
Of course. Yeah. They're following the advice.
Yeah, they listen to Killer Mike. Yeah. So the next bit is we launch into the next track on the album, Out of Sight, with Colwyn and crew and their retinue rolling out. Out of Sight is easily my favorite song on this album, by the way.
Me too. Oh my gosh.
The instrumental, the fucking beat in this song is so wild and so good. I love it. I love it to bits. If there is a song that I can play on repeat, it'd be this.
Yeah, the beat sounds like goblins stuck in crystals, but loving it.
Yeah, man. That's my whole aesthetic.
Yeah.
I've been a goblin stuck in a crystal my whole life, Gareth, and this song speaks to me. Yeah, man, it's good. I'm bumping. I'm loving it. The crew is riding out on their horses, and I'm there with them. I like to imagine that they're just playing this from a UE boom as they're rolling up on the castle, going to this wedding.
Yeah. It's their stag do.
Yeah. This is they're at the fucking back of the party bus, just living it up.
Yes.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there's no great transition into the next track, Holy Calamifuck, which has a beat switch halfway through. Important to note that because I was so hoping we would get a sync up with the beat switch, going in. Because I knew this is much like the On the Run Crash and the Clocks and Money. I was really hoping... I was looking out for points in this album that would be excellent sync-up points. Yeah. And this one was one that definitely stuck out to me. Unfortunately, going into the song, there's just sort of the new couple have just met and they're having a chat. So, it doesn't really work. But, you know.
Nah.
What have we got? So the fucking, Slayers roll in and interrupt the wedding. And the beat switch happens when we're panning over to Ynir. So all the Slayers are rolling up to attack, and we see Ynir in the woods, the fingerless gloves guy.
Yeah.
That's where the beat switch happens. I don't know if that's a sync for me, but it is a cutaway, so maybe. But
Yeah, for me, the best sync in this song is like there's a lot of, like we said last time, fire at this wedding.
Yes.
And the song also has the word fire kind of repeated and lots of rhymes around fire.
Yeah, the outro of the song, features like a couple of vocalists, like a small child and another like big man yelling out fire, more fire, and this happens over the the fire ceremony, basically. The fire appearing in Lys's hand and all that stuff. So I'm like, it's happening. It's happening, Doc Gareth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've written in my notes, weirdly, I'm loving this.
Well, this is high fantasy and boom bap rap. Like,
pretty much.
If you guys haven't met James Barron, this is it.
Two of my favorite things. If I did a cover of These Are a Few of My Favorite Things, both of them, I'd try and rhyme those two. It would be very difficult. I'm enjoying the Slayers fighting to a bit of Run the Jewels. Basically, any fight scene I feel like is popping off with a bit of Run the Jewels in the background. They're like scaling the walls and fighting over. Goonies vs. E.T. is the track where most of the battle takes place. Yeah, another really good one for me on the album.
The song named after two like iconic 80s movies, but weirdly not Krull.
Sadly not. I feel like Krull could have wormed its way into the lyrics maybe, but potentially not. I thought about this, if I was going to do a us and them kind of comparison, the good guys are fighting the aliens, which is sort of like Goonies versus E.T.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
You know, that kind of works, right?
Yeah.
They also in the song there's the line "Fuck your got another planet on stash." Like, do you have another planet to deal with, basically, or like the beast is like attacking, so they need to do something about it, right? There you go.
Yeah,
they're like stealing away Lyssa as we get into Mike's first verse on the song, which I like. That like is the sort of the turning the tide in the battle thing is when we switch to Mike's verse, which is pretty good. When they're like pulling her away, we get a couple of shots that are like perfectly in sync with the beats of the track. Like, it's kind of spooky to me, just in this sequence in particular. Like, just the cutting between different shots matches perfectly. And I was like, what? And like, it happened more than I thought it would throughout this watch, Gareth.
Yeah, this is the kind of stuff we like started the show to look for, like cuts on beat, but then very rarely would it happen.
Yeah, I feel like Dark Side of the Moon has like a way slower time signature in general. Especially in comparison to Run the Jewels, which is like fucking upwards of like 140 beats per minute, probably more. Like, it's going pretty crazy. And I feel like this movie was just waiting for, especially in a fight scene, right? You're cutting between lots of different shots quite quickly.
Yeah.
It's matching up pretty well. The track ends with the line, like, nothing to fuck with, as the Slayer fucking shoots that little cart as, like, a power play. Because that Slayer is nothing to fuck with, right? He's just like, he's here to just start shit, setting stuff on fire. And the next track is Walking in the Snow, another solid gold banger, holy shit.
Yeah.
Featuring the Gangsta Boo, who's featured on previous Run the Jewels albums. She was on Run the Jewels 2 as well.
Oh my gosh. So that Run the Jewels 2 song, Love Again, like, it's weird to be in this day and age and feel like scandalized by some like profane rap. But I remember a lot of people being like, oh my gosh, Love Again.
Yeah, like, this is too
much. Yeah, clutch my pearls.
Yeah. Like, it's kind of wild that, that's kind of what Run the Jewels sells themselves on, right? Being like, as rap as it gets 100% of the time, right? That's kind of their selling point to me, if I had to describe them.
Like, they love rap.
Hell yeah.
And it's all to their strength. Like, even to the point where their DJ Trackstar, wears a hat that says rap fan.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, where can I get that hat? That's awesome.
It would save you so much time.
Yeah, it would. It saved me many conversations.
Yeah.
So not much really happens within this song for sync-ups. We've got, like, Alyssa being taken to the castle, and then, like, Ynir fucking around in the castle saving Colwyn and all that. And yeah, basically starting on the quest. I do like that, like, this whole exposition is covered in one song, though. Like, as soon as we wrap this up, this scene in the castle, we cut to the mountains and the quest for the glaive, Gareth, as we go into the next track. So that's pretty cool. Like, that whole scene sequence, like, fits in one song. Sweet.
I think, definitely, like, we've had moments where what's happening on screen is not as serious as what Pink Floyd sing about, and then vice versa, where, like a movie like Jennifer's Body or Children of Men is, like, way more serious than it.
Sure.
This is probably the first... This is, like... Because obviously Just has, like, some heartbreaking political lyrics.
Fuck yeah.
To hear them and, like, you know, remember the weight of this world, this real world we're living in, while this silly man deals with his fantasy kingdom is so strange.
Him just fucking climbing up this mountain over Just is so funny. Like, dodging all the rocks. Like, what? It's not a match at all, but I'm into it.
No. Sometimes the scenes go longer than the songs, obviously, and no more than Long Climb, where it goes, I've got Just, Glaive mentioned, yes. Long Climb, Never Look Back, Long Climb, Hot Glaive.
There you go. That's exactly right. Yeah, we're like the whole, him grabbing the glaive and all that, it takes place over Never Look Back, pretty much. And then the ding noise plays as soon as he's grabbed it.
Yes,
because
I love that.
That song ends with, like, a microwave kind of ding sound, or, like, a bell being tolled or something. We launch into the Ground Below is the next track on the album, and that starts out with Mike saying the line "the God Killer" as he lifts the glaive up in the air, doing his, like, hero pose. Yeah,
that's really
perhaps
good.
in reference to the glaive.
Yeah, we should ask him.
Yeah. Were you talking about the glaive in the 1983 movie Krull, perhaps, when you wrote that line? And he would...
You know, at least LP has seen Krull.
Oh, he definitely has.
Yeah.
Absolutely. He probably hates it.
Yeah, true.
But he's absolutely seen it. He's big into, like, all the, like, pop culture stuff, for sure. And, like,
I remember...
Mike is getting into it, but definitely, like, didn't grow up with it.
Yeah, they, like, hang out and he'll put on, like, a movie and then they'll be like, okay,
yeah,
I'll get on with this.
Pretty cool. Yeah, they recently did a song for the new Cyberpunk game coming out. Like, as part of the soundtrack, they wrote a song together for that to, like, promote it. And it's quite clear that, like, LP knows a lot of, like, references to, like, cyberpunk things and movies and stuff. And Mike doesn't at all, just based on the, like, content of their verses. It's really funny.
Yeah.
It's not a bad song, but it's not on the same level as this album, I would say.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's why it's not on the album.
Yeah. That was, probably not. I think it was also just released a lot later, but...
Oh, yeah, good point.
We got, the next stage in the journey. Nah, he's got the glaive, right? We got, it's not really a great fit from here on for a little bit. We got, there's a lot... The featured line in this song is "Love never meant much to me" over the, like, chorus line. And unfortunately, that's literally what it is about. That's key motivation for Colwyn, right? Is love for Alyssa. And also what Ynir is reminiscing about in this sequence. Like...
yes,
He's also, like, fawning over a lost love. Not a great match there, like, thematically, but never mind.
No.
We're going into Pulling the Pin now. It's the next track on the album. Another good one. I'm going to say that about pretty much everyone, I think.
It's so hard to talk about things you love.
Yeah.
Like, I remember I was so excited when I went to an LCD Sound System concert to talk to people about LCD Sound System. And then all the conversation was like, Yeah, that song's good, eh?
Yeah, it's bloody good. I love it, eh? Yeah. It's like, what do you like about it? No, I just like the music. The whole song. The bit that starts at 000.
And everything onwards from there.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Anyway, this song plays over meeting Ergo and all that. There's no really songs.
No songs.
No songs and no syncs throughout. Songs are what Ergo has invented. He's that's his podcast where he's trying to figure out songs and he's just like eating a whole bunch of pie.
Yeah. He records it as a different animal each time.
Yeah. So there's no real syncs over the sequence, except again, this is like one full scene for a song. The last line of the song happens over Ergo spotting the Cyclops in the woods, like for the first time. The Cyclops' first appearance is like right at the end of the song, so that's pretty sweet. And then, we're wrapping up the album. We've got the final track here, A Few Words for the Firing Squad, which is like a 6-minute long, as close as you're going to get to Pink Floyd kind of track.
Yeah, it has a wailing saxophone.
Yeah. Extended instrumental break, yeah.
Yeah.
Very Pink Floydy, actually. And like weird like synthy hits as well throughout. So
very amazing production.
Yeah. It's a good song for sure. It's a like good last song on an album. Yeah. It's like way longer than all the others, and I feel like it's quite different in tone to most of them. It's just like a slow build the whole time. Yeah. Yeah, it's quite a different vibe from the rest of the album. So.
Yeah, they're very good at finishing their albums. All of them like end on Stone Cold classics.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Good work, boys. You're up there with the Floyd boys.
Yeah.
Doing a good ending to your album.
Yeah.
We've got the castle moving. We've got the bandit crew appearing. Yes. Our boys, Liam Neeson, Robbie Coltrane, here they are, back again. Yeah. Hanging out. This time to Run the Jewels.
Do you think either of them like Run the Jewels?
Probably. Bandits literally are running the jewels, right? They're here robbing people. Like... stealing their jewels. Yeah. It's like the whole vibe. So, makes sense. If anyone's listening to Run the Jewels.
This song ends with the full fake intro to the fake TV show Yankee and the Brave. Yes. About, like, criminals on the run teaming up together, which is exactly what these bandits have done and what they're doing to our heroes.
It's like, talking about literal, like, small-time hustlers joining together and all that stuff. Yeah, it's, like, exactly what's happening on screen, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And then, they, like, roll out on their horses as we go into, like, playthrough 2. Sweet.
Yeah.
And then, we got, like, the Cyclops saving Ergo with the spear. The playthrough 2 starts pretty much bang on the, Cyclops backstory stuff.
Yeah.
Which is not very good. No good.
Yeah. I do feel like if any musicians have made this deal, though, to see the future but only see, like, the worst part of it, it's got to be Run the Jewels.
Wow, yeah. I'd do that. I feel like it's potentially... I would pick Tenacious D to have done that.
Oh. Please explain.
If anyone's going to have made a deal with the devil...
Oh, yeah.
Like, classically, it's those guys. They'd be dealing with the beast, I'm sure.
That also explains why Kyle Gass is a Cyclops.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Imagine if he was the Cyclops. That would have been amazing.
Oh, that would have been great. Shit. Like a young...
A young Kyle?
Because nothing's more exciting, and this is an overstatement, but it's so exciting seeing a young Jack Black in things.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah.
Just seeing a young character you weren't expecting in general. Like, I was stoked to see Liam Neeson the first time he showed up in this film. I was completely floored. I was like, what the fuck are you doing here, Liam?
I feel like I didn't even realize it was Liam Neeson until, like, the second go-around.
Oh my god. I spotted his little face, like, immediately. I was like, what? What are you doing here? Robbie Coltrane was the sleeper for me.
Yeah, that's true.
Didn't spot him. Okay, so continuing on. We've got off to the like Emerald Seer cave with the crew. So dumb. Yeah, they're like heading into the like weird like 2D line transition portal.
Yeah.
At the beginning of Ooh La La. If you wonder why I'm laughing about this, it's because we literally just recorded the last episode
I know.
just before this one. And I just am now catching how silly this movie is.
I like took a break and ate a sandwich and I'm just back.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's a different vibe, this pod. We're just hanging out and having a laugh with a bloody good album.
Yeah. And I hope that for all of our listeners in 2021.
Yeah. This should be the vibe for 2021.
Yeah.
Just hang out and have a good time. Listen to good albums. Yeah? Sweet. Not us, though. We're going to be listening exclusively to Dark Side of the Moon in 2021.
Yeah. I hope we both have an album that we listen to more.
I'm going to make an effort to do so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so not much happens with Ooh La La other than just like the Emerald Seer stuff. We've got the out of sight transition as the kid is just chatting with Ergo, which is just nothing. There's like the spinning emeralds as we see the fortress. My notes have corrected the word fortress into the emoji for fortress, and I didn't know that existed. It's pretty cool. It's like a 4-tiered little building. I've never used that emoji in my life, but my phone now has, so that's pretty fun.
It's going to keep showing up now. You'll send like a romantic or like flirty text and it's just a fortress.
About a fortress?
Or like you know, chuck in a few emojis, play it cool. Fortress.
You want to come back to my fortress?
You have to get there before it changes location.
Yeah, it changes location every morning. Oh my gosh. It's bleak.
Yeah. Speaking of weird romance, this song has like one of my favorite lyrics, which is 2 Chainz, who 2 Chainz features on this.
Yeah, we got our boy here.
Yeah.
2 Chainz. He does a good job, actually.
Yeah, I love him on this.
Anyway,
I think I quite love 2 Chainz. And it's especially for lyrics like this, where he's like, I get a text that says, stay safe. I text back, I miss that pussy.
Wow.
Like,
there you go, 2 Chainz. Priorities, I guess.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But then he does say, be home soon, and I can't wait.
Okay.
So it's pretty romantic.
There you go. It was just a follow-on text from that other one. He was just providing reasons why he'd be home soon.
Yeah.
Context is key with 2 Chainz. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, his verse plays over the reveal that the emeralds have reverted back into stones. Which is so funny.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this fucking film. Okay. We've got Slayers. The Slayers are here. They're attacking, coming out of the lake in the mist. This plays over Holy Kalamafuck, and this is working for me. I feel like Holy Kalamafuck played over the last Slayer battle. What's more, so
wow, yeah. I think it was just ending as the Slayers turned up last time.
Yeah, we get our beat switch over the like lads starting to like sword fight them. Bunch of lightning flying around, going into it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I'm feeling it. Oh my god, my note has just made me laugh. It's just, I've written here, I'm getting some vibes that the Cyclops is an RTJ fan.
Please explain.
I'm not sure that I can now in the sober light of day, but I feel that he just is, if anyone's existing outside of the timeline, right, it's the Cyclops. He can see the future, but it's only his death. But the whole time, he's just hearing Run the Jewels 4, this boy.
Yeah. What we don't know is under his wig, he made a deal with the Beast to like have more ears, but 2 of those ears are always hearing Run the Jewels 4.
Always plugged into some fucking buds, listening to some RTJ, off and off. That's why he blinks so slow, because he's just like, fucking vibe into this album. He can't possibly blink or he'll miss some album.
That's so true with this album, is you do blink and miss stuff. Like, it is so much good stuff happening.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, he joins the party at the end of the track here, and we're moving into Goonies vs. E.T. fucking so a lot of the lines featured here in this song, there's like a lot of talk about wishes and genie lamps and wishes coming true, and they're talking about fucking wishes in the movie.
Yes,
what they're wishing for. Hell yeah.
That's perfect. That's the best sync so far.
That's a goddamn sync.
Yeah.
With a Run the Jewels album.
Yeah.
With Krull.
They said it couldn't be done.
They said it couldn't be done.
Oh, I think they said it shouldn't be done, but anyway.
Is that what they said? Whoops.
I just
Maybe
wish...
too late.
My only note for this album is they talk about wishes, but they don't make the pun about LP Aladdin.
Oh, wow.
Is that anything?
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, I guess that's why I'm not a Grammy-nominated rapper producer.
If they were to do it, they'd do it on the song. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
Like they could have compared him to Al, being like Al, but then talking like Al from Aladdin. You know?
Yeah.
Making reference to genies and lamps and stuff. That would have worked.
Yeah, and then segue it into Al from Home Improvement.
Yeah. And the song's just called Al.
Yeah. It's cool. It samples You Can Call Me Al.
Oh my god. They would not... Oh, I can't imagine LP trying to make a beat out of You Can Call Me Al.
No.
Fuck, that's so distant.
It'd be he'd take all the notes of the, horns, but instead it's, being played by, I actually, to be honest, I can't picture what plays the instruments on Run the Jewels beats. I only picture, plastic melting.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I think that's the vibe. Everything's so, processed and run through, crazy filters.
Yeah.
You know? There's, semblances of keyboards at some points.
Yeah.
But, and a lot of these beats are so out there. I couldn't describe to you what kind of music is playing with Out of Sight in particular.
No, yeah. Other than Crystal Goblins.
Yeah. That was the pitch perfect description.
Yeah.
He's fucking harnessed several goblins and rounded them up.
The song Just, it wasn't until I listened to the Song Exploder episode, Exploder, the podcast episode on it.
Great podcast, by the way. Check that one out.
Where, I realized the beat is vocals, so I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah, man. It's just, big vocal hits.
Yeah.
It's sweet.
But anyway, it'll be, melted plastic synths playing the dun 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 dun.
Yes, they just keep that same structure, but it's just raps over. Oh man, I'm kind of into it now. Get on it, y'all. Please. Mix it up. Run the Jewels 5. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. No. Take as much time as you need, sir.
Yeah. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't listen to us.
God, no. Yeah, so we got some shots of the fortress now that are, fucking, again, perfectly cut in time. We've got Alyssa, wandering around looking for this crown, and the crown and stuff appearing around her. All this stuff is, just so in time with the track, it's wild. All the, cuts between scenes. This happens, way too often in this. I don't know what's happening. Yeah, we got, the, fucking crowds are yelling out on the track, and we got the folks, all the boys are sinking into the quicksand.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're screaming out. There's something.
Yeah,
maybe.
I like it.
Yeah, we go into walking in the snow as Minnow bloody sinks. Poor Minnow. Shout outs to you.
Yeah.
The forgotten member who died in the quicksand. Yeah, quite a lot of death in Krull. Now I'm thinking about it.
Especially compared to the films of its ilk.
Yeah, a lot of characters dying off.
Yeah.
Fucking most of the Fellowship lived in Lord of the Rings, right?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Maybe that was again what they were trying to do. It's this ain't Lord of the Rings, this ain't Star Wars.
Everybody on Krull's gonna die.
Yeah.
It's that bloody beast. Can make quicksand appear.
What would be awesome is if there was a Krull 2 and a main character just died immediately or something. Or 2/3 or 1/3 of the way in.
Oh yeah. I'm into it. Fucking Colwyn dies immediately. Day and date is there, waves to camera and is crushed by the rock, in that previous episode that we mentioned.
Yeah.
The fucking Cyclops rock crushes him.
The body of the Cyclops falls out of, because it was stuck in part of the Beast's tower, and the beast tower floated away, and then the Cyclops body finally falls out and crushes Colin, and then we just got to do another film around it.
Tragic.
Yeah.
My gosh.
Don't get us to produce the new Run the Jewels album, but do get us to write Krull too. We've got ideas.
We've got ideas for that. Anyway, back to this weird experience. We've got the little Gangster Boo interlude plays over the whole like changeling sequence, which I liked.
Yeah.
It's like a pretty good fit there. Like just in terms of timing, not in terms of context. But, it fit well. We got so the Cyclops spotting the body of the dead seer in the quicksand. That happens right at the end of the song, and we're going into Just again here. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Colwyn's like, and the Colwyn and the seer go towards the temple as Just starts up, and the line in the song might kill you because they see you strapped. Mike says.
Yeah.
And like fucking the seer's going in for the kill.
Oh, yeah.
On Colin because he sees he's got the glaive. He's bloody strapped, isn't he? He's going for him.
Yeah.
But no, saves the day again. Bloody Cyclops gets in there with his spear. What a guy.
He's strapped.
Yeah, he's fully strapped. We've got to move on. Widow in the Web is calling our name, Garrett.
Yeah, so when Liam Neeson talks about all his wives,
yes.
Killer Mike says that he's moral with his perversiveness.
Oh, yeah.
Which is like, he married all those wives. He could have just had other girlfriends, but he went and put legal rings on it. So he was moral in his perversiveness.
5 golden rings.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. We got... Oh, yeah. Why is he... It's such a weird character point that Liam Neeson has so many wives.
Yeah.
I don't understand what it's for. It's just like him being a bad dude and a bandit, I guess. Like...
Yeah, because, I don't know, they all needed some sort of personality trait. Like, Robbie Coltrane is not trusting.
It's like a curmudgeon, yeah.
Yeah, he's a curmudgeon. Liam Neeson has wives. I guess the rest of them do just vanish into the background without these things. Yeah. I think maybe it was like last minute, like, we need a reason for him to get tempted by this like beast-controlled lady. And like, maybe they realized Liam Neeson had like such star power. They were like, we've got to write him a couple more things.
Yeah. Maybe he just knows a bunch of hot babes.
Yeah, maybe Liam Neeson just invited these ladies over. Like, now we've got to write them into this movie.
We've just got them on set. That makes a lot of sense for the production of Krull, actually. And that just like whoever was around and could fit into a costume, they got on the film.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. Just people wandering into the back lot of Universal and they're just like, yeah, here you go. Put on this fucking robe. Get him up. You're the Emerald Seer now.
Yeah. It actually is just a man who is that old and doesn't quite know what's going on. He's like,
no.
What?
He got really confused after the scene where there was 2 of him.
Yeah.
Oh god. So I wanted to note that I was really hoping throughout this watch that the burning claw turning into a rose sequence in the film would sync up with something, and it doesn't. I was so upset by this.
Yeah.
It just sort of happens in the middle of pulling the pin for the second time. I was just like, come on. I wish that it's synced up with something. Hopefully in another lifetime it'll happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just also written that I was vibing at the end of this track. I don't. It's not a good note, but it's here.
Definitely like this song and the song after it, and this part where you're seeing a lot of the Beast's castle. Yeah, that's the vibiest parts. Like,
oh, for sure. Yeah, it's good. It's very good on playthrough 3, but we've got to get there. Yeah. So we get Ynea's journey through the Widow of the Web, all that stuff. Over a few words with Firing Squad. It's again, the longest song on the album. This cuts pretty well with him going to the fucking spider in the middle. It's like the spider chase sequence pretty much matches this whole song. That's how long it takes.
Yeah.
Holy
the spider
crap.
as well could be a metaphor for like the man or like corporations and corrupt politicians and stuff. And like,
Oh, yeah?
love is all that keeps the old man moving forward on this flimsy web. It's very
Yeah.
RTJ.
Yeah, there we go. The spiders see through because we can see through their lies.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, man.
Yeah, we can make anything work.
Yeah. Again, welcome to Confirmation Bias, the show.
Yeah, I've written. We've got the orchestra music is playing over us seeing the little skeleton in the webs as well, which I
Yeah.
quite like. The orchestral hit happens over the skeleton appearing, which is pretty fun. And yeah, we reach Lissa and do all the stuff with that. She's like hanging out, becoming younger.
Yeah.
And then yeah, it's like over the like Yankee and the Brave postscript part of the track here is when they're like hanging out, basically. She can see herself over the silence. She can see her younger self.
Yeah.
Silence between playthroughs, yeah. And yeah, fuck. My notes are just making me laugh. I've just written like defying the law of the web and shattering the hourglass to give Ynir more time to get back. That is what happens.
Yeah,
That happens.
that's this film.
Yeah, so she shatters the hourglass right at the end of Yankee and the Brave, the actual song, not the outro-y bit.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
That,
yeah,
like-
if it had been like slightly earlier, like ended on the previous album, that would have been perfect.
Right? Yeah. No, but she shatters it at the end of the song, which I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
At least that synced up with something. The spider's like real pissed off because he's listening. This is the third time Ooh La La's played, and he's sick of the
Yeah.
instrumental. And he's like jumping up and down on top of the old the egg in the middle. And yeah, old mate Ynir escapes. He runs back to the fortress, and like no, not the fortress, the group, and tells them where the fortress is gonna be at sunrise. The Iron Desert. It's, oh my god. Why
Yeah.
his delivery of this line is hilarious, and that he's just like screaming out the Iron Desert. It's so good.
Yeah.
And then yeah, we've got it's time for Firemares, of course, because Ynir's dead now. He's fucking rip in peace, Ynir. Your sand has run out.
Yeah.
We're going into outer sight, and the Firemares, it's time. They're getting rustled over outer sight. Oh my god, what? In my notes I've written they're getting rustled over On the Run. On the Run has pierced the
Pink
veil.
Floyd, you cheeky devils.
What, how does that even happen? I'm not even listening to On the Run and I can feel it in my bones.
This song, I guess, is the on the run of the album. Like, it's the very electronic one that comes quite early.
Yeah, I suppose. It's also
Maybe.
the third track, which counts.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Yeah, yeah, they've got, they're doing the horse rustling over that track, and then, like, all the jumping onto the horses and that happens over the start of Holy Kalamafak. Yeah, jumping off cliffs, etc.
Yeah. Which I
Yeah.
guess is what you'd say if you saw a bunch of guys doing this to the Firemares.
It is a bit of a Kalamafak, right? They
Yeah.
shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah.
It's very dangerous.
Apparently, you can see a stuntman jump off a cliff to get a horse and miss the horse and hit
Yes.
the ground.
Yes, you do see this. It looks like all the stunts look like they really fucking hurt.
Yeah.
There's a bit where like people are getting dragged behind horses, and that's
Yeah.
like through mud, I guess, but still, fuck, ow. One of them's like got the fucking Cyclops makeup on as well, which is painful in its own right. Yeah, our friend the Cyclops says goodbye, and we do the Firemares green screen sequence.
Yeah.
Pretty good. So,
Again
Firemares...
to the... Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah, you were going to say the same thing. Go ahead.
Yeah. Again, a very fiery scene to the song that mentions fire a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally, the more fire chanting at the end of the track is
Yeah.
happening over, like, the shot of us seeing the fire beneath the hooves of the
Yeah.
Firemare, which is pretty sweet.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. We're flying over the landscape to some Goonies vs. E.T. Not a lot happening there, unfortunately. what have we got now? They're like climbing up the fortress and all this.
Yeah, they kind of like the Firemares were running on in the fire when we start listening to a song called "Walking in the Snow."
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, that's a stretch of a anti-sync, so it's nothing.
Yeah.
It's neither.
You could say that walking is not unlike running.
That's true. And snow's not even the opposite of fire, really.
Nah, not really.
Oh.
Fire and ice, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, snow and ice. But yeah, we get the verse of I think the second verse of Walking in the Snow, starting up over us seeing my favorite shot with the Cyclops and his spear on the Firemare.
Yeah.
What else we got? We got fucking Robbie Coltrane dying. The Cyclops saves the day. Like fucking climbs up and wedges himself in the door yet again.
Yeah, didn't he
What a
learn
trooper.
from an hour ago?
He's seen the future so many times, Gareth.
Yeah.
You know?
Although I guess he didn't see this. That's why.
Right. Yeah,
it's
this is
painful.
Yeah, this is him bringing the painful death on himself
Yeah.
rather than accepting his quiet death among the Firemares.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, the fortress moves to its final location in the nice field at the end of the movie, right at the end of the track as well.
Yeah.
And then, we're we're inside the terrifying fortress with all the weird architecture, and poor Liam Neeson gets killed.
Yeah.
And with that, we move on from his death scene straight into the second verse of Just as well, which is cool. Again, just lots of little cuts between sequences is where this film is doing its best syncing with this album. You know?
Yeah,
That's where
for
I'm
sure.
finding it anyway.
It's just whether or not, because there's so much, again, like we said, going on and beat by beat,
Yeah.
that it is just like if I threw 100 marbles in the air, they would hit parts of the ground that were interesting.
Some of them are going to hit this snare drum that I've set up.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why our marble band got started.
Oh my god, a marble band is so good. Can we do that?
Yeah,
Holy shit.
forget this podcast.
We're the crazy cat's eyes now. Yeah, we've got Never Look Back as Colwyn's going in alone to face the beast, cutting through the wall with the glaive. Our friends get sucked into the spike trap room over the chorus to this song. Beldroff is his name. Beldorf?
That sounds
the
right.
guy with the dagger guy. He dies, retrieving his dagger like a dumbass yet again. He should have seen his dumbass death earlier.
Yeah.
He should have been a Cyclops. Would have saved the day.
It's very, if you did see it as a heirloom, just an old dagger, then it's very Run the Jewels that this person wasn't going to give up their wealth and got
That's true.
nurked.
Yeah, fair. We're breaking through to Lissa over the ground below, and then using the glaive to fucking break rocks and kill slayers.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, why does he do this? It's so bad.
Yeah.
They're doing a bit of they're doing battle over the chorus to the song. The 1 minute little battle that you remember, it takes place over the chorus here. And then we got pulling the pin as the glaive is is struck and stuck in the beast.
Yeah.
We're trying to pull the pin from the beast
that works.
in the form of the glaive.
I did just write in the notes, there's a glaive in my heart.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
That's fine. No, I like it. We got trying to command it back with his weird expectant face.
Yeah.
And goes in to retrieve it, that the beast is alive. And they just have they shoot the fire from their hands with the fire of their love, Gareth, is what I've written here. Oh my god, actually this sentence is hilarious. Down in the caverns, they use the fire of their love from the wedding to fight the blurry beast.
I think you should write the Wikipedia page for Krull.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of it would get. I saw a Wikipedia page that was very early days for the first time, and a lot of it you get to put anything in the like citation needed kind of thing, and like it was about a musician, and they were like, this person said that they'd wrote really blissful tracks, and then like someone in the citation had gone in and written according to who, like really angrily. It's great.
Who's feeling bliss?
Yeah, I've not felt bliss from this person.
That's awesome.
It's just an enraged Wikipedia editor. I don't know.
Yeah. Now, see, the beats, well, the Run the Jewels content and beats, like being very minor key, and also like the reoccurring theme that the people who have power they're evil. They're not helping. They're not looking out for other people. When you have that playing while you watch this prince fire from his hands, which is no effort or emotion, against this beast, and this beast is suffering. This beast is like not liking being set on fire.
It's a different read, right?
Yeah, you really think like, I don't know if Colwyn's the good guy.
Nah, man. Like, this beast is already dead. He's been shot several times. And just the shot of Colwyn's impassive face as he's shooting him down, like, takes on a different level, you know? Yeah. So, there you go.
Do you think, like, is Colwyn the good guy, or is he just defending the way things have always been?
Maybe, yeah.
What if the beast had some really good ideas for the planet Krull?
I mean, he had the cool thing with the, like, rose and stuff.
Yeah.
His whole thing is he's got, like, the Slayers, and he's got... I think it's just bad branding on the beast part, honestly. Sure. A lot of his villainous ways involve people growing really long talons and claws and stuff.
Yeah.
And, like, the Slayers don't look very nice, but I'm sure they're, like, quite well, like, useful guys to have around as guardsmen. You don't have to expend actual people in your wars, because you've got these little friends, you know?
Little squids.
Yeah, little squiddy mens.
Yeah. I feel like he would definitely increase tourism because he can make such beautiful art.
Yeah, you can travel the world in that Black Fortress as well. Like, it's in a different place every day. Like, that is free transportation for the whole of Krull.
Yeah.
If you can control where the fortress is going, like, goddamn, that's like, you're reaching utopia before you know it.
Yeah. And, like, I mean, I don't agree with his kidnapping people policies.
No.
But, you know, you elect someone that you don't 100% agree with and you kind of negotiate. That's a democracy.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I find it really funny that we've sided with the Beast on this playthrough.
I think it's because the Beast and the Slayers have had the best syncs. So therefore, they must listen to this music that we enjoy.
I guess so, you know, like, there we go.
Yeah.
They're on the side of Run the Jewels and therefore on the side of me, so... Yeah. Oh, well. Goddamn. Yeah, don't approve of his Bowser-like qualities of stealing a princess. Yeah. But besides that, don't know, man. Seems to be doing okay. Cool architecture.
Very cool architecture.
Anyway, there's not much left of the film. We've got, the orchestra playing over that sequence as well, of the shooting the fire. And it's pretty fucked up. And then, we're making our way out. It's like very close to the end of the album, and I'm getting very excited, Gareth. Yes. I'm like, is it going to be the perfect 3? And I'm like, oh my gosh, we're nearly there. We've got to like bust our way out. He's shooting his fire to like open a hole in the wall. Unfortunately, we're getting the Yankee and the Brave outro as the castle is exploding. Yeah, and I'm like, no, it's not going to happen.
Faster, like, castle, faster.
I'm fucking egging this castle to be destroyed faster so that I can get that perfect sync and we like cut to the credits perfectly on it. Yeah. Doesn't happen. We've got to sit and watch this castle explode for like a full minute longer. And I'm so angry.
Yeah.
So over the final scenes with like Torquil's manacles not being removed and all that, and then walking away towards the credits, we get like a start of a 4th playthrough. Yeah. Sadly. That's it. We could get the prophecy again and cut to the credits as we're listening to Yankee and the Brave for the 4th time, and I'm still feeling it, Gareth.
Yeah, and because this album, like, it flows so nicely and we aren't used to hearing it, like, chopped up and on loops. Like, the fact it's starting, I kind of just want to, like, finish it.
Yeah, man.
I'm like, I hope these credits are real long.
Yeah. I feel good about picking an album that does have the same quality as Dark Side of the Moon and that it can be looped.
Yes.
I'm pretty happy with that, and it, like, made for a better syncing experience. Oh, I forgot to say the thing. What did you think? How did it sync? This is what I think and how it sounds. But
what did I think and how did it sync?
Yeah, but what did you think, man?
Oh, man, it's tough. It's tough. It's not the album we know, you know?
It's true. It's on a different level.
Yeah. Do we still... Yes. Yeah. I'm forgetting how words work because I'm so...
Dude, we've been podcasting a while.
I don't know. I feel like there weren't that many syncs other than the mentioning of fire.
For me, the fire ones were good.
Yeah.
My arguments are that, like, just in terms of timing, I think it was, like, a better sync than the Pink Floyd one.
Okay, yeah.
Just, I found scenes lining up with beats in the track a lot more often.
Yeah.
And I found, the fire thing was really good. It didn't have the same kind of syncs, obviously, as Dark Side of the Moon. I wasn't expecting the same moments to sync up with both albums. That shit would have been crazy. But... I feel like personally it was a better sync for me. So
definitely more consistent. Like, nothing as great as the horses to on the Firemares to On the Run, but good consistent syncs.
Yep.
So I think we give it a good consistent 6.
Yeah. 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
Lock it in. If it, like, I feel like it's weird having a different album on our graph, but I'm willing to allow it.
Yeah. Well, we've got, like, the letter Z on our graph as well.
This is our extra outlier zone, so it's fine. But these are the outliers that are gonna throw our otherwise perfect system out of whack, Gareth.
Yeah.
There's gotta be a margin of error, and that's where these final album of the year episodes will lie.
Yeah, for sure. And it's also, like... What if we were just getting to the point where we were so familiar, like, we'd only synced Pink Floyd? Like, you can't trust that.
Yeah. It's true. We've got to see if there's more out there, you know? And that's what we're going to keep on doing, right? We've got your album of the year next.
Yes.
Next episode, which I'm very excited for. Yes. I actually don't know what it is.
Because I definitely knew this was your album of the year.
Yeah, I feel like it was an open secret amongst us, but anyway... I don't know your one, so I'm excited to find out what that is.
Yeah. Well, my album of the year took me through a year that had a lot of, like, ups and downs, but, like... And it was an album that has a lot of variation. It's quite a shaggy album, and as I'm getting older, I'm getting more into shaggy albums. My favourite album was...
Is it an album by Shaggy?
What was that?
Is it an album by Shaggy?
Yeah, my album of 2020 was the 2018 Shaggy album he made with Sting.
What?
No. No.
That.
I'm sorry, because I usually, like, think this... I'm usually, like, it's easier to pitch a movie in our weird, like, Baroque way. So. Pitching an album.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was, you know, it took me for all of the me's in this world, you know? There was Summer Girl Gareth, there was, you know, the Gareth who was in it. There was a Gareth who, all that ever mattered was Gareth. There was a Gareth who knows alone. My favourite album of the year was Haim, Women in Music, Part 3.
Nice. Sweet.
Good album.
I'm excited for this.
Good Shaggy time, not featuring Shaggy.
Shaggy AF. Big Shaggy energy. Look forward to that on the next watch of Krull on our show. The third Krull watch.
We'll be back to Pink Floyd and fresh movies.
Promise. Scout's honour on the podcast. We will not watch Krull again, at least until next year.
I mean, look, we've never said we don't repeat movies, so we could just get some more Krull.
Just whenever we feel like it.
Yeah.
It's very comfort food for me, talking about Krull, so I'm down to do it whenever. But one more time around the block, and then, back to your regularly scheduled programming.
Yeah. But yeah, until then, Happy Krullidays, James.
Yeah, happy Krullidays.
Um,
Ongoing. Hope you've had a good Krulls,
I've been Gareth Flackler,
I've been James Barron.
and run them jewels fast.
Run them jewels fast. Run them jewels fast. Run them, fuck the slow-mo.